Good morning and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Martin, and this morning we're heading towards Marsden Junction, and finally after, I don't know, well over a month, we'll be leaving the Ashby Canal. We joined the Coventry Canal at Marsden Junction and probably heading towards Bedworth, where I hope to find a mooring. I've got stuff to do at home, so need to catch the train. So we'll see how that goes, shall we? Charity Dock. Well, there's a project. If anybody's interested, get in touch with Charity Dock. Poor thing. Well, now that I'm all moored up, I thought I'd have a bit of a trundle down to Hawkesbury Junction, have a look and see what's around. I know there's a pub there, so that's good. And I shall probably be frequenting it in a day or so for lunch, for a Thursday treat, or whatever, it might even be Wednesday this week. Yeah, let's go and see what's around. Well, there's a lock. I believe this one's what's called a stop lock. Now, these stop locks had nowhere near the same rise or fall, depending on which way you were going, as what we'd call an ordinary lock. They were usually at the junction of two canals, and they were there to sort of control passage. So it was a means that the canal companies could collect a toll, because the boats had to stop to go through it. And I have heard, and I don't know how true it is, but I have heard that they were also there to stop water companies, or different water companies, from stealing the water from one canal to the other. I say I don't know how true that is, but could be, you never know. So this is referred to actually as Sutton Stop. Well, this strategically placed quite a lovely little brick building. Could well have been the toll house. I don't know, and there's no indication to say what it is, but it could well have been the toll house situated where it is, right at the junction of the two canals. But this is the junction, and very nice too. It's where the Oxford Canal, which is down there, and the Coventry Canal, which is over here, it's where they come together. So initially I anticipate that I will be going off down the Coventry, have a look, and then when I've done that, it'll be down under this bridge and off down there, down the Oxford. There's the Graham pub, and we'll be having partaking of their fare at some point, just over this big old bridge, which is fantastic. I love these big old cast iron bridges. We have the boating facilities, so in that building there is where we can get rid of our toilet waste, everybody's favourite job. There is actually a toilet in there as well, and just behind it, I don't know if you can make out the wooden fencing at the back, is where we can get rid of our rubbish. So yeah, this is Hawkesbury Junction. Well, this is Hawkesbury engine house. I don't know if there's still the engine still in there, the engine usually being a pump, and I imagine that was used to pump water into the canal way back in the day. Looks a little bit sorry for itself now, but who knows, it may have a life in the future. So that's Hawkesbury engine house. Yes, I did pop into the Greyhound. This time it was a Friday, so Thursday treat became Friday treat. Many boaters will have frequented the Greyhound. so I won't ramble on about it. But for those that haven't been, it's a really nice quirky pub. Lots of sort of pub memorabilia around the walls, make it interesting. Sort of little nooks and crannies for your sit-in. Food was nice, beer was great, and the people were great too. Hello, me again. It's now a few days later, and I'm making my way to the station to catch the train home. Apologies if you're picking up wind noise, I haven't put the microphone on it, so you've just got the phone's mic. Yeah, going to go home. It's been a month, or over a month, since I saw any of the family, so that's the primary reason. I've also got other things to do. I've got to go for a blood test. The doctor wants me to go for a blood test. I've got this event in Wycombe coming up, so I need to get a change of clothes really. I look a bit scruffy going as I am. So yeah, going to catch the train, and I'm going to give it a go and take you with me. Okay, see you soon. I have to say, so far in this short walk to the station along the canal, I've noticed loads and loads of wildlife. And considering I'm sort of on the outskirts of Coventry, pretty impressive. Birds I've heard: song thrush, blackbird, lesser whitethroat, common whitethroat, blackcap, willow warbler and chiffchaff, which are all, well, barring the last one, or penultimate one, are all sort of migratory. But plants as well. There's loads and loads of hedge garlic, jack by the hedge. There's a lot of bluebells. Now, I'm no horticulturalist, but I think the number of bluebells that I've seen and the way they've been spread all the way along the towpath suggests to me that they're not sort of garden escapes. Garden escapes tend to be, in my opinion anyway, tend to be sort of in clumps, but these aren't. These are sort of dotted around in sort of either small clumps or twos and threes and fours, but all the way along the towpath, all the way along the, I don't know, 3/4 of a kilometre I've walked. But it really is impressive for the edge of a city, a big city, and an industrial city. So just shows the value of these canals and the edges, and the wildlife value and the corridors that they provide. The one that I want. Well, as you can see from that, my train goes at just gone 10 o'clock, so I'm well early, but then that's the norm for me. I tend to work on the principle that if I get here early enough to sit around, that's better than having to run to catch a train or an aeroplane or whatever it might be. So yeah, bit of time to kill. Okay, that's the first part of the journey over. Now at Nuneaton Station, waiting for the next bit. I've got, let me see, got about 15 minutes to wait to the next train, so not too bad. Between Melton Mowbray and Oakham, the railway, partly anyway, follows the route of the old Oakham Canal. It was an extension of the Melton Mowbray navigation which ran from the River Soar near Syston. The Oakham Canal opened in 1802, but unfortunately was very short-lived and only lasted for 45 years, eventually closing in 1847. Although the canal's not easily distinguished as the train whizzes by, if you do look closely you can see the embankment of the canal edges, and in some places the canal still holds water. Here we are at Journey's End, Stamford, and all things being equal, my lift should be just through here. Okay, see you soon. Hi, it's another day, and I'm about to set off to the boat. As you can see, I've got the car stuffed, well, not to the gunnels, but stuffed with stuff. I've cut some worktops out of some timber that I already had, some really nice timber. Didn't film it, didn't think you're particularly interested in seeing me saw some timber up, so didn't film it. I also can't film the road trip back to Coventry. As I've said before, I lost my GoPro to the canal, so and as I'm going to use my phone to navigate, I can't really do, and I'm on my own, I can't really film the journey, so I'll pick it up again when I get back to Hawkesbury Junction, and hopefully you'll be able to see me humping bloody wood up and down the towpath. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I've arrived, or at least in the car park, and I'm not sure, I've got about half a mile to carry quite a lot of timber down to the boat. It's quite heavy, so I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to, or whether I'm going to be able to take you along as well. But, well, as you can see, where there's a will, there's a way. I've got sterling board on my head, I've got a rucksack on my back full of stuff, so we'll see how we go. We'll go over that big iron bridge you've just seen and see where we get to. this gets a bit wobbly, it's because I'm trying to balance this board on my head, and the fact that I'm not using the gimbal, which was a bit silly really. I thought it might be a bit bulky to bring with me, but anyway, we'll see. So far so good. There's these along this side, on the near side, are what's referred to as visitor moorings, and these first few are 7-day moorings, and then beyond that, where I am, are 14-day moorings. The big gap here is because there's a water point, so I think the limit on this one is an hour. You're allowed an hour on here, and if you've been watching the channel, you'll recognise this. Done. Yeah. Right, that's another load taken. I reckon I've got about two, possibly 3 loads left, and yeah, these are the heavy ones, so I probably won't bring you with me next time. Trying to balance stuff on my head is hard enough with one hand. With a heavier load, it's going to be damn near impossible, so I'll leave you behind this time, but at least you know where I am and what I'm doing and so on. So yeah, we're on our way back to the car now. So I'll show. I find that absolutely shocking. Why people can't take it away with them, or instead of putting it in a bag, just flick it to the side or bury it. One of the things you see quite a lot of on the towpath, I don't know if it's boaters or what, but people with trowels on the end of a long handle. I think people they just dig a hole, bury it, cover it over, job done. Countryside's much nicer, much cleaner. There's no crap on the towpath for people to step in when they moor their boats up, which, believe me, is quite a challenge in some places. Not everywhere, but in some places you sort of pull your boat alongside, step off. Yeah, well, you can imagine the rest. Not pleasant. And you're lucky if you notice. Sometimes you don't. And then you get back on your boat, you go inside, and again, you can imagine. You might be picking. For some reason, I want to refer to this guy as Adrian Mole. I've no idea what his name is, but yeah. I don't know what that says about me. Never mind, eh? Okay then, well at this point I'm still quite a few days away from resuming my cruise into Coventry and beyond, so I think I'm going to draw a line under this video and get it posted. So if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to know what comes next, then ding the old bell, and if you enjoyed any of this, give us a thumbs up. Okay, take it easy, bye.